Honorable Speaker, government came up with a strategy called BUBU, Buy Uganda, Build Uganda, and it has tried to actualize it. How? By contracting local businesses to do work. But here is the problem, right, Honorable Speaker. Domestic areas, as by the end of financial year 2023-2024, 13.8 trillion shillings. These are businesses that have done work for government, and government just does not want to pay them. These businesses borrow money from banks after they've gotten a contract from government, and so they use that to go to the bank as guarantee, I will pay you your money. And they get bank loans, government doesn't pay, and these businesses are collapsing. I don't know why. I don't know why government does not prioritize this. You see, part of the challenge is because government, Ministry of Finance, does not even like to consider this as part of debt. The other time we were having an exchange here with Honorable Musasizi, because for him he's convinced this is not part of debt. But you see, if somebody does work for you, you have not paid them 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, that is money you owe them. In simple English, that is a debt. So maybe that's why you're not paying it, because you don't think it is a debt, and I don't know why. Honorable Speaker, we are giving free money to many of these companies, free money. Atiak, Day Biopharma, Rocco, Inspire Africa, Coffee Factory, and so on and so forth. But we don't want to pay those who have availed services to government. I don't see how that makes sense. You're giving free money to some companies. You're saying, well, they're about to collapse and so on. But these ones render the service to you as government, and you don't want to pay. We need to reprioritize, honestly speaking. The excuse that we keep hearing, that you see these accounting officers, they overcommit government. The person who has rendered the service is not to blame. You punish your accounting officers who are overcommitting you, but pay the people who have signed contracts with government. That should not be their problem. You cannot tell them, you see, accounting officers are overcommitting government, so we are not going to pay. But whose problem is that? That's why you made them accounting officers. So they operate on your behalf. And so to the other person who is having a contractual obligation with them, for them they've got a good contract. So you punish your accounting officers if they're overstepping their bounds. But can we pay the people that we owe? Honorable Speaker, these companies, the private companies that have been given free money, Atiak Sugar Factory, 563 billion, Day Biopharma, 723 billion, Rocco, 263 billion, Inspire Africa Coffee Factory. In fact, that one, when we went to eat, the proprietor said he did not know the exact figure, which shocked me. Because government has been giving you billions of shillings. We put him to task, he said, I don't have the exact figure. I found that to be odd. Honorable Speaker, the Attorney General, my friend, Senior Counsel Chiriwa Chiwanuka, promised here a couple of days ago that he is going to avail all documentation pertaining to these monies that were given to these companies. Because for some of them, government said we have purchased shares. So we said, where are the share purchasing agreements? For some, of course, when you to do that, there must be a chief government valuation report. The Attorney General promised that he's going to bring those documents here. Where are they? Last year, Right Honorable Speaker, when we were debating the issue of Day Biopharma, you, Right Honorable Speaker, told the House that no, let's pass this money. Afterwards, government will bring the agreement, because our concern was that, number one, there is no agreement. Number two, you've not valued the company. How do you buy shares in a company that you have not valued? And then they came here to us and said, let's pass the money. And we pleaded with you, Right Honorable Speaker, and said, let's not put the cart before the horse. You said, no, the money can be passed. The agreements will be obtained. Where are those agreements? Because we actually objected to that idea. You don't do this first. You don't first avail the money. So what happens if the valuation turns out that actually the company is less valuable than you thought? That's a problem. I hope that the Attorney General can make good the promise that he made. Honorable Speaker, as I begin to wrap up, I'm glad you've talked about Lubowa Hospital and you have promised to go with me.
I'm actually going with you.
Because the last time I went, I was denied access. The last time the Minister of Health, who is supposed to supervise that project, was denied access.
Honorable Lop,
yes, right.
It was dangerous for you because the construction was still at the...
Oh, really?
The debris would fall on you, but now that we are in the final stages, we can go.
Actually, right, Honorable Speaker, it's more dangerous now because they are putting up a shell. The other time there was nothing. So there was no debris going to fall on me and my colleagues. But anyhow, Honorable Speaker, we have injected now 774 billion shillings into Lubowa Hospital project. You see, as we kept complaining, they began to put up a shell structure. And when you're passing by the road, you can see a structure there. But Right Honorable Speaker, this 774 billion shillings has got to be fully accounted for. I hope that there will be an audit, because that shell structure cannot account for 774 billion shillings. So we need to do a proper audit. I am glad you're saying we are going to pay a visit there. I hope they will not tear gas our speaker. Those people are not easy.
No, they will not.
But importantly, Right Honorable Speaker, we need to order an audit. 774 billion shillings. What has it done thus far? Because that is money that has gone. Each time they come here, they ask for more money. Money for supervision, money for what? Can we have a proper audit of this money? Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, our parliamentary chambers, the new ones being constructed across. Each time there's a contentious issue like there's going to be in the coming few days, this place will be full. People will be sitting on each other's laps and so on, because of the holding capacity here, which is too small. And so there's been a plan for the last couple of years to build chambers, new chambers there, and offices. Honorable Speaker, it concerns me that Parliament pays plenty of money on an annual basis to rent space, office space for members of Parliament, for staff, in buildings that are neighboring Parliament here. Because there's not enough space here for all the 500 plus MPs and the numerous staff that we have. And yet, ROCO, which has continuously been given free money, in addition to that, it is paid for the work that it ought to be doing,